Welcome back, Raiders. So this video is in two parts. The first will cover what Embark has said about expeditions and potential changes to expeditions in the future. This information is from a GamesRadar interview with design lead Virgil Watkins. If you are new to the game, expeditions is the game system that allows players to voluntarily reset their character in exchange for some rewards. And the second part of this video is me going topside and asking real players what they think about expeditions. And I'll tell you what, it's tough work interviewing people in Stella Montes. Congratulations, you've been selected for Embark's in-round survey. Would you like to participate? You've been selected for Embark's in-round survey. Would you like to participate?
No.
Thank you for selecting yes. Some interviews get derailed. Right.
Did you guys know what happens when you put the flute in your prison pocket?
What?
Some interviewees betray you.
Humidifiers, because they're f***ing annoying to find.
Fair. Oh, I saw that coming. Some interviewees die mid-interview. I didn't quite hear that. What'd you say? Congratulations! You've been chosen for the in-round survey. Some interviews are interrupted.
No, I'm intending on doing it.
Hey, bozo! What the f is wrong with everyone? Congratulations, you've won the in-game survey. Okay, so you intend to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. And how come?
Buddy.
What?
Buddy. Let's not do this.
You ran at me, bozo! Turn your microphone on next time, idiot! Okay, sorry about that.
So
Some interviews have straight up language barriers.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah.
You happen to do it again?
5 million? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wait, so you don't want to change nothing?
What
Why
do you
am
want
I
to
changing?
change? What about to change? What do you want to change?
That's okay.
What change?
Yeah.
I'm-
We don't understand.
But I persisted, and it gives you a really interesting insight into the average gamer. And I'm sorry to say this, but you watching this video, you're above average. You are interacting with content outside of the game. And while of course I want to hear your opinions down below in the comments, chatting to people in the game is vastly different from YouTube comments. It's vastly different from Twitch chat comments. These are people that are typically not putting their opinions online, and I find it really fascinating. Right, starting with the article. Watkins confirmed that roughly 1 million players completed the first expedition, which sounds like a lot, but remember Embark sold 12 million copies of the game, so 1 in 12 completed the expedition. And of those 1 million players to reset their character, only 40 to 45% reached the 5 million coins to get the max skill points, so 500,000. Now, I actually called this on stream. When they had not announced the 5 million coins yet, I was like, I guarantee they're running the numbers, they're looking at how much value everyone has in their stash and overall, and they're picking whatever number's going to get their most engagement. And this is basically what Watkins said in the interview. We probably came out a bit late with the 5 million coin requirement, but says we were deliberately holding back so we could measure the value against where players' actual economies were at. So we did pin it around the average player's current wealth, earn rate, things like that, and with the intent for the full 5 skill points to be aspirational. Watkins also admits the 5 million requirement forced players to play in a certain way to ensure they made the most profit. I think there was a perception that players felt compelled to do it, like they needed to do it, which I think invited a lot of, oh, I'm only going to use my worst guns or free run. So I think it created a bit of a dark pattern for some players, feeling that they shouldn't play as intended. This was definitely my mindset, and the thing that kind of reinforces this is it was just more profitable. It was more profitable to run free kits than it was to run fully geared. Thankfully, Embark is very open to this system and changing the way expeditions work, and they did say this This system will change, he adds. We're not precious about it, thank God. And we'll keep adjusting to make sure it's properly incentivizing players. We still have to be very careful about the rewards and mechanics involved, not giving you a very direct advantage over someone who's just starting the game or hasn't done as many as you. So that's the space we will still want to try stay in. Right, he also mentioned that the 5 million coin count may be replaced with a different mechanic or metric, but that's all they could do for launch, was using 5 million coins as, like, you know, the goal. Personally, I think Embark is very balanced with a lot of things. They're very balanced with the guns, they're very balanced with the skills, they're very conservative with those things to try give new players a fair advantage in the game. And I think overall Arc Raiders is a very casual game in comparison to other extraction shooters, and that is a good thing. But I do think it creates an issue when you have an end game aspirational event like these projects, like these expeditions that wipe your account and your character, because then the question is, what can you give players that make it seem all worth it? At this point, I'm actually just probably really happy for some really decent cosmetics, but they got to be bangers, and you got to showcase what they look like earlier too, and you make it very clear what we're going for. Okay, so that's the article. What does the average gamer say about expeditions? Firstly, only a single player I encountered had completed an expedition. Secondly, I had multiple new players that had just started playing the game and had not given it much thought yet. Congratulations! You've been selected for Embark's in-game survey. Would you like to participate?
10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat.
Question number 1. Did you complete the expedition?
No clue.
Oh, you just you don't know what the expedition is?
Nope.
Oh, is that thing that resets your account?
Oh, yeah, no, I've definitely not done that.
Oh, okay. And how come? You don't want to do it? Like, how come?
I have no idea how to, I'm gonna be honest. I legitimately started yesterday.
Oh, okay. You're a newbie. I had a zip line. Completely reasonable. It was actually incredible how many new players I interacted with in Stella Montes. Like, what are you doing in Stella Montes? But of course, you know, expeditions are kind of an end game thing, and I thought Stella Montes is kind of an end game map, so I thought I'd find plays there. But they had not started expeditions yet. They had not even really given them much thought yet, which is completely reasonable for someone who's just started playing the game. But with that said, I do think there is a communication issue when it comes to expeditions. The rewards were not clearly communicated, and the requirements, specifically the 5 million coins to get 5 skill points, was left very, very, very late. The issue is, new players are not thinking about expeditions yet, but by the time they are thinking about them, they don't have enough time to complete them. If they keep the requirements the same, that is, like this high 5 million coins. So either they need to onboard new players sooner and make sure new players know about this system, or drop the requirements so by the time new players are interested in it and are paying attention to it, they can actually achieve it. The next theme, why players did not complete the expeditions, because most people I interviewed did not complete it, was they said it was too much of a grind. Did you do the expeditions?
Nah, I didn't do expeditions.
You didn't do them? How come?
Yeah. Because there's just too much grind for me.
Too much grind? This was not just referring to the 5 stages of the expedition, because you got to grind the 5 stages out as well. Specifically, the 5th stage is the most grindy, but also then grinding the 5 million coins to get the full 5 skill points. There were like kind of multiple stages of grinding in the first expedition. The last interviewee I want to showcase pretty much summarized everyone's thoughts on this. Well, actually, he summarizes my thoughts on this. Let me know if you agree.
Ooh, make it easier, man.
Yeah.
Make the rewards a bit better.
Rewards better?
$1 million for 1 skill point. What are you smoking on?
Yeah, the 5 milli is too much.
Dude, it's just like, 12 more stash slots, holy. How long is it? A month and a half of my life. Grinding.
Yeah.
Not playing the game. That's another thing as well. It's a bit you hoard all your wealth. I'm out here hoarding all these mad guns because I don't want to lose them because I'm trying to do the
Yeah.
Like, maybe.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's true.
Do their thing.
All right. Well, anything else you'd like me to tell the CEO?
Nah, keep doing this thing. It's actually a mad game. I'm not.
Okay.
Be better though.
What I find really insightful about this is the impact of how expeditions change the way the game is played. Rather than just enjoying the game and using all your cool weapons, you have to constantly play very reserved to fulfill the expedition requirements. This is of course what Watkins was talking about. People felt like they had to play a certain way to actually just complete it. Strangely, no one mentioned losing blueprints, which I think is probably one of the largest downsides of resetting your character. I think this is because I was mostly interviewing new players and they hadn't started the blueprint grind yet, and they don't realize what's waiting for them once they finish their workshops and their other missions. Alternatively, it could just be that players see the grind, they see the lack of rewards, and they just decide that they're not going to do it before they actually see some of the reset consequences. So they've already made their mind up, I'm not doing this, and that's why no one mentioned blueprints, because they saw the grind, they weren't intrigued by the rewards, and they're like, all right, I'm out. Also, it could just be another issue of visibility with new players not understanding what's kept and what's not kept and what's reset. There you have it, some Ark Raiders news and on expeditions, and some opinions from fellow Raiders topside. If you'd like to support the channel, leave a comment. You can leave the word expeditions. I will see you next time. Peace.